Good morning, beloveds. It is August 30th. I'm trying to get the cat on the couch. He's sitting on the stool in front of the couch right now. So I'm a little distracted, but that's okay. But I do want to say, because I know Dana generally watches these, and it is her birthday, so happy birthday, Dana. I'll shoot you a ridiculous Bitmoji later, but right now I'm saying happy birthday. So, okay. It is August 30th. Our title is I Welcome Change. And our first quote is, "It is not an arbitrary decree of God, but in the nature of people, that a veil shuts down on the facts of tomorrow, for the soul will not have us read any other cipher but that of cause and effect." Ralph Waldo Emerson. And then the science of mind is, "Nature will not let us stay in one place too long. When the change comes, we should welcome it with a smile on the lips and a song in the heart." And that is page 385. There he is. There he is. Okay. I am all for progress as long as it doesn't involve change. I think we have all had that feeling. Across from the apartment building in New York City where I grew up was a small meadow we kids used as a ball field. One day, a construction fence went up around it. My friends and I confronted the workers about this and were told, "That's progress for you." This helped cement my opinion that all progress has to come at the cost of something dear. No pain, no gain. Change is painful when we attach our happiness to the outer circumstances, failing to recognize that the creative potential out of which they emerged. Visible effects are the outer rim of invisible causes, which can always be altered. If this were not so, life would have no room for growth or improvement, and there would be no challenge to map out new horizons. Knowing that as one door closes and an infinity of others open, we can allow change to become a welcome experience in our lives. Today, I greet change without resistance because I am safe with who I am. My creative potential is untouched by transient experiences. My future is bright. And that is JJ. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I think I might be interpreting Jesse Jennings. Which makes sense because he did grow up in New York. Okay. Well, that explains why it sounded kind of familiar. I don't know. I have a different opinion on change than a lot of people do, simply because I grew up in the military. My father was in the Air Force, which means I moved a lot. I think I've counted it up, and it's like I've moved 35 times. And not all of those just with my parents, because I was born when my father was in boot camp, and then they moved him to England, and so my mom would travel back and forth between his family and her family until he got permission to bring us over to England, which is why I have an accent that makes people go, "Where are you from?" I learned to talk in England. We moved around England a little bit, lived in a couple of different places in England, and then from England they moved me to Utah. From Utah they moved me to Georgia. From Georgia I moved to North Carolina and Alabama, and then finally landed in Texas. And even in Texas, in Alabama I lived in a couple of different places, and in Texas I've moved 4 times. So it's like, change is an adventure. Change is an adventure. And it always has been for me. Do I always enjoy it? Do I always look forward to it? No. Because change means letting go of things. Because you can't take everything with you. Change means when you move, you're going to leave people behind. But in life, that's what's going to happen. You are going to grow to a certain level, and people who've been with you up to that point aren't going to get where you're going, and so they're going to naturally fall away. So the people around you are going to change, and you're going to learn new things, and it's not always comfortable. In fact, frequently growth, change is uncomfortable, but it's always been worth it. It's always been worth it. I would be curious to know what they built in that meadow, and if in the long run it was worth it to those boys. Probably not. But the boys did grow up and move out because, Jesse landed here in Texas. So I have a different opinion on growth or on change than a lot of people. I do welcome change because I've done it so often, and I've seen that change isn't bad. It's different, and different can be good. I've learned new things. I've picked up different skills. I've done different things because I have been willing to change. And yeah, okay. I don't know where I am. I'm all for progress as long as it doesn't involve change. I just love that he starts out with that quote. Because frequently I'll do anything except change. I'll do anything except change. It's like I'm unhappy in the situation that I'm in, but I'm not willing to change to get out of the situation. And so that's one of those interesting things. It's like, I've seen this about flowers. Flowers bloom when it's too painful to remain what they were. So the process of going through the change may be painful, but remaining where you are is going to be more painful. So a lot of the times, change is a good thing. Because we can't stay where we are. It's not working for us. It's not serving us. And growth does involve change and can be painful, but it is about shedding what's no longer working for us. And when we shed what's no longer working for us, i.e. in the change, it makes room for something new. Now, I need another line in here. Change is painful when we attach our happiness to outer circumstances, which is why I said happiness is an inside job. You have to make it yourself. You can't get it from people, places, and things. They can be involved in the happiness, but happiness comes from within you. So when you know the source of your own being, then happiness is a whole lot easier. It's like you understand that in the end, it's all going to be okay. Okay, so visible effects are the outer rim of the invisible causes, which can also always be altered. That was it. Visible effects are the outer rim of invisible causes, which can always be altered. If you are not happy, if you look around your world, and you are not happy with what is going on in the world, then there are changes to be made. But the changes start within you. Now, you can also alter your environment. You can make changes to your external environment, but if you want the changes to stick, you got to make the internal environment. You got to make those changes on the internal environment. And he does end with that note of knowing that as one door closes and an infinity of others open, we can allow change to become a welcome experience. When change comes, remind yourself that you are making room for something new. You are making room for a new experience, a new relationship, a new job, a new whatever. And it'll be okay. And I think that's one of the things that you want to remember. No matter what happens, in the end, it's going to be okay. So, he's got this great affirmation at the bottom. Today I greet change without resistance because I am safe with who I am. My creative potential is untouched by transient experiences. My future is bright. So, the mission today, should we choose to accept it, there would be no challenge to map out new horizons. I'm going to go with the one door closes. Change isn't easy. And hopefully you have somebody who will walk through the change with you. Or you will meet somebody on the other side of the change that will support you in this new growth that you are in. And that kind of really is one of the things. It's like the new growth. You're in the new growth. So, the mission today, should we choose to accept it, is to remember that when one door closes, an infinite variety could open. So be willing to let go of what isn't serving you and allow the change to happen. Allow the change to happen. And don't let the cat bite you, because that's what he's doing right now. So, your mission. You got it. And know that we'll always be here to support you with the change. Every one of us have been through pretty, upheaval changes in our lives. And we're willing to sit with you while you go through yours and tell you it's going to be okay. We will hold that space for you. So, you got big changes on the horizon? Give us a shout out. We'll sit with you through them. All right, beloveds. So, and that's one of those times, especially when you're going through changes, that it's super important to do what I'm going to suggest next, which is the spiritual practice of doing something loving for yourself, doing something kind for yourself, doing something compassionate for yourself. Because change can be messy. And so that is an excellent time to be kind and compassionate and loving with yourself, to practice on yourself, to be gentle with yourself, and to make sure that you're making time to enjoy life a little bit. When change gets chaotic and messy, which they can, we need to make sure that we stop, take a breath, look around and go, all right, is this where I want to be going? Or do I need to make some shifts? We had the one about the rudder the other day with the trim tab or whatever they call whatever he called it. She called it. I think it was she. So when we are going through changes, sometimes a minor alteration can make a major change. And so as you are going through this change, be gentle with yourself, be kind with yourself, be compassionate with yourself, be loving with yourself, and be on the lookout for those minor changes that you can make that will make major shifts in your life. So take that walk, take that nap, take that deep breath, take that moment to look around your life and say, is this where I want to go? Are these the changes I want to make? Or do I need to make some shifts? Is this going where I want it to go? And he's going to fall off the couch and I'm going to laugh. All right, beloveds. So practice on yourself. You deserve your own love. You deserve your own kindness. You deserve your own compassion. Practice on yourself. It is self-care. It is very important, especially as you are going through changes. And as always, I do the usual suggestions of do something to engage your mind and your body. Drink plenty of water. It is super important. It is still hot. Please drink plenty of water. Hydration is important. And get that early in your day bright light. Reset those circadian rhythms. Or manage those circadian rhythms. And then open the windows of your soul. Allow the breath of heaven to remind you do live in heaven right here, right now. It's all around you all the time. Mine is sitting right next to me with his ears just going 90 a minute. He is part of my heaven. He's part of my heaven. Heaven is an inside-out job. So, because, he's messy and makes me crazy, and yet the love. So, I'm talking about the cat. The partner is in the other room. He is also part of the messiness of my heaven, and it's good too. Okay, so look for the good and praise it. Heaven is an inside job. It's a state of mind, a state of consciousness. So look for the good and praise it. And you'll be a long way towards getting there. So, or creating it for yourself. That's what I'm saying. I'm a little messy now. Okay. We're headed into my allergy season, and my sinuses have just said, "Oh, hello, I'm here." Okay, but that's neither here nor there. What I'm going, we've done the suggestions. I'm going to remind you about the social media: Creative Life Spiritual Center, Creative Life Spark, the Running Rev Ryan. I'm going to remind you, if you want to know what's going on, because there's book studies and classes and all this stuff's going on, to email info@creativelife.org to get on that constant contact. The hot links are hot. Jesse's got another class coming up with CSL, with home office, and that's what the cool thing about those is: you get to interact with people from around the world. So definitely check that out. That'll be in the website. You have to register through home office, but he'll have a link to in the website to do that. And I think that's what I know. So I'm going to tell you to have a great day, an amazing day, a wondrous day, a fantastic day, an enchanting day, a magical day, a try to stay dry day. Remember your umbrella day. The weather is kind of heavy out there right now. And I'm not complaining about the rain. I'm thrilled about the rain. Just, stay dry. Have a good day. And if that is too much pressure, simply have a day, because you are enough. Just as you are. You are a beloved child of God, in whom God is well pleased, always and forever. All right? Please believe that. And I don't know if you started this from the beginning, so I'm going to say happy birthday again to Dana, because I see her on now. So hopefully she'll see that one, in case she didn't catch it at the beginning. And yeah, take care of yourself. Reverend David will be on around 5 p.m. with you. I will be back with you around 9 a.m. Like I said, try and stay dry. And be willing to make those changes. Be willing to let those changes happen. One of the best things about change is it can release stuff from your life that isn't serving you anymore to make room for something that will. All right? Change is not a bad thing. It can be messy going through it, but in the end, it'll be okay, because you are a beloved child of God. Honest. I believe that. I have faith. So, take care of yourself. Know that you're loved. And I will see you next time.